You sure pulled the short straw in the adopted sister department, didn't you?
Man, why am I feeling sorry for her? She was just cheating on Gambit like she was. Get up out of here. I still feel for her, but damn. Oh, is that his bike? Is that Cap? Oh, yes. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another reaction to Greatness 97. And yes, I renamed it, repurposed it, whatever you want to call it, because this show has been nothing but fire, nothing but gas, nothing but straight fuego. I've been enjoying it, and I think, well, somebody did ask me in the last video in the comment section what my rating for this show was, and I think for now I'm sticking with 9.5. It's so hard for me to give it a 10, but that could change by the end of this episode. I've been so up and down when it comes to how good the show has been, but it's definitely not sinking below a 9, so we'll see where it sits after this. But I have to start off this video on, not a somber note, but owning up, being accountable. You guys called me out, and you're 100% right. I was wrong. In the last couple, last couple of reactions. So from episode 5, or the end of episode 5, leading into episode 6, I was of the mindset, I was so out of it because they wrecked us. And I lost focus a little bit, and I was thinking that Nightcrawler completely died. I remembered when Gambit went to check his pulse, and actually in that moment, after you guys called me out, I went back to double check it, and he checked his pulse, and he actually said he was alive, but I was just so out of it and thinking that he was dead. I was seeing everybody else dying, and he obviously saved them from that blast, and I thought he was affected by it, but he is still around, and he was in the intro scene, so I should have known right off the bat that he was still there. Gambit, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure he's gone. Maybe we'll get something to that in this episode, but when it comes to leading into this one here, I'm not so sure what we're gonna get. Obviously you had Professor X being wrecked in last episode. I don't know if we're gonna see from him. We saw Sinister at the end of that episode. We got a little bit of Storm, obviously epicness as far as her costume and the whole get up, but this one's called Bright Eyes. So everybody seems to be getting an episode to shine. I wonder when Wolverine's always been like my second guy, but I've always loved Cyclops, so I was glad to see him get his shine in the first episode. But Bright Eyes doesn't seem like it would be Wolverine, so maybe Cyclops is getting a little bit more center stage again in this episode. But I guess the only way we are gonna find that out is if we jump into it. So we're gonna stop talking about it. Let's do it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. We're reacting to these every week. They're dropping every Friday, so I appreciate you guys sticking around if you've already been here, and if you're new, I'll see you next week. Let's get into it.
She's the mother of my son.
Cable?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, looks like we're gonna get a little Cable in this
The unthinkable
one.
has happened.
Thank
They
goodness.
were dancing, drinking wine, making love. My children of the atom destroyed.
And I'm still curious on why he saw Gambit, Professor X that is, instead of like Magneto. Is there a possibility Magneto is still alive? I need y'all to tell me, because for me, this might be one of, I know I said it as far as characters in one of my shorts, but this might be the most iconic cartoon theme song ever. Like, everybody, I feel like if they heard this, they would be able to hum along to it. And it never gets old for me, so my question is, does it get old for you guys? Uh-oh, funeral. Oh, my boy. Is he Bright Eyes? I don't think I've ever heard roll calling that. Oh, shit, the thieves. Pierre, Bella, and I think his brother. His brother's name is my name. He's my favorite.
Gambit had endless faith in potential. Yet, he seemed so blind to his.
I love Nightcrawler, and his voice actor is spot on. I don't know if it's the OG, but he's great. And the yellow eyes, love it.
I think he was bluffing. How could
Ooh,
Remy,
is that?
so tuned to potential, fail to see how his
Aura
sins had made him into...
She was from the OG series. I think we saw her, no?
How could she not be here?
Oh, shit, yeah, Rogue
He
isn't even
saved
here.
all of us.
Jesus.
He saved her. He loved her.
Grief's a lonely war. Rogue's gotta figure it out on her own.
Throughout these first episodes, there she is. Logan's been like the most even keel or balanced emotionally out of everybody. Oh shit, what's she about to do?
Top secret United States facility. You are trespassing. Cease and
Shut up with that shit. Go rogue. At least she doing something. But hopefully this don't like turn her, or she don't break bad, for lack of a better term. What's going on, man? Ooh, that looked like a straight fatality or like a Street Fighter move. That looked really cool. The animation has been on point. I loved it. I know a lot of people say it's not their favorite, but I enjoy it.
What do we
Oh
do,
shit,
sir?
Ross! where Hulk at?
That remind you that we're standing in the same place built to hold the Hulk. Our intruder is an unhinged mutant from the swamp. She ain't no...
Yeah, shut his shit up.
Daddy always used to say breaking into prison was easier than breaking out.
Sorry, son. Just, unfortunate optics.
Optics, sir.
All the puns
Guess if
with this guy.
Genosha had looked more human, you would be more focused on death tolls over polls. Check the headlines, Mr. President. They're all about the virtue of patience.
Still on point with that dialogue.
Team ready to leave?
They're processing,
I love that guy stuff.
but ready.
That shit look fire.
I'm so sorry.
I'm heartened to know that it is you who will bear witness to what happened in Genosha. The death of the dream.
Walk with me. Would you like that?
Please.
Okay, maybe they can finally get together. Permanent. Oh, is that his bike? Is that Cal? Oh, yes.
Stand down.
Like, I wasn't expecting that. I was joking when I saw
Where's
Thaddeus,
Henry
but-
Gyrick? He was moved out of Rikers last week.
Genosha wasn't just a mutant tragedy. It shames us all. But rampaging across the country dishonors those who were lost.
Skip the hogwash and tell me what America's top cop is doing all the way out
This is so
here.
awesome. Have I ever seen? I think we saw one episode with him and Wolverine in the OG, but that's the only time I've seen him or the Avengers cartoon wise.
These sorts don't talk. Ever.
Oh, he's so that big. I should have worn my
Looks
cat
like they
mask.
skipped town before you got here.
Almost like they knew someone was on the hunt for Gyrick.
Oh, OZT, the zero tolerance. We just had all these people die and we already skipping the zero tolerance. Give us a break.
Gotta do this by the book, Rogue. Right now, my hands are tied.
Sounds like Cat. His voice is tight too.
Your hands are
I wonder
tied.
whose voice is.
You won't be needing this.
Damn. Petty, but hey, I get it.
Start bulking up, kid. War's coming.
Come on, Sunspot, use them damn powers.
You think there's really gonna be a war?
My foster parents called this morning asking the same thing.
Look what happens when we don't hide. When we shove it in their face. Is it worth it,
You're in your
Jubilee?
own place. I wouldn't say just shoving it in her face.
I just know I wouldn't want my parents finding out who I was on the 5 o'clock news. Don't want them burying a stranger.
Will you come with me?
Duh.
Nice. I like their relationship. I don't know if it'll amount to anything, but even as a friendship.
Perhaps the professor's vision for the future was too nearsighted, and begging for your tolerance was our first mistake.
Fair.
Hank, no, that's not what I'm saying.
But it is what you mean. That is the issue. As was your reporting outside my home while my friends were dying.
So much for getting back together. I think she just killed it.
Now forgive me. I dare not waste any more of your tolerance, Miss Tilby.
Damn. Damn. Was she always in that mindset, or did she just kind of, I guess, stick her foot in her mouth?
Now this can't be right. This ain't no jail. This is a damn resort.
With guns, but yeah. Oh, this guy. He living like this. This dude's living large, okay? You better not smile. This dude is sinister.
What's OZT anyway?
Let's just say you freaks aren't the only ones making friends in high places.
That's Vascular, right?
Psychic probes won't work this time. Not against this. Not against him.
Honey, this ain't that sort of probe.
Yep, show off them powers. We don't get to see her power too often.
Quit
I like that.
fighting me!
Lacking closure. Like us.
I'm sorry, Jean.
I told you, this isn't your fault.
The tone of the show's fun.
No, it feels different this time.
Different than when I died in that shuttle crash? Or when I sacrificed myself to the sun or Dark Phoenix?
I love that they're making them sit with these emotions and not just fixing things.
Jean, telepath! They found someone!
Who we got? Who we got? Oh, Emma! Is she crystal?
Diamond transmutation has never been one of Emma's abilities. Perhaps a dormant mutation triggered by duress?
I've always done well.
Wow.
Under pressure.
Nice. Good line. Okay, I see you, Emma, getting a little one-liner in there.
I'll clear the building. Note this. The lobby vending machine is never out of diet. Come see the horrifying face of your future.
Is this a setup? I don't know.
To review, Trask created Master Mold, i.e. all of this is literally his fault, i.e. we can't trust him.
Really is Stranger Days.
See, I just call it Wolverine even keel, but as soon as he put on that costume, he just snapped. He ready to go.
Afternoon wine in the parlor. Non-alcoholic spritzers will be available for you and your friend.
Damn, that's how you,
Thanks, Jimbo.
That's how you live.
No one got this, okay? We go in, charm with small talk, and...
I'm a mutant.
I know.
Or that.
This is such a relief.
It is? She knew.
Baby, 4 of our homes have caught fire mysteriously since you turned 6.
Oh, that's how you got this place. All that insurance money. Fraud.
The pirates hijacked your yacht in the Hamptons?
You knew. Why didn't you say anything?
Your father and I agreed. It was your secret to tell. A mother knows, Roberto.
Yo, trying to wake them powers up. Let's go.
They call me Jubilee, ma'am.
Thank you for helping my son. I was afraid he'd be facing this all alone.
I don't know why I just thought about it, but it's so crazy to think she's part of the X-Men at 18. Everybody else old as shit.
Honey, shareholders are rattled by anything mutant-related, especially after this awfulness in Genosha. They can't know we have a mutant in the family.
What the hell? She kind of sinister herself. It's like the Last of Us music.
Dead. But that don't mean I'm ready to accept it.
We all grieve in our own way.
You sure pulled the short straw in the adopted sister department, didn't you?
Man, why am I feeling sorry for her? She was just cheating on Gambit like she was. Get up out of here. I still feel for her, but damn. That's cool. That's bittersweet because I know how she was doing them dirty, but she still loved them to an extent. It's just a little too late for that.
Bravo. Just as you dreamt it.
Yet you nearly ruined my surprise.
So much for that, Jesus. Is this dude super strong or just trash or God is just weak?
Now we know what Trask meant by clearing the building.
The sniff.
Sleeping gas.
Excites me. Just him using his abilities.
Praise. A game, bad guy. A game.
That's like that morph we used to know, the annoying morph. Ooh. Are those the Nimrod?
Since when?
What about Mr. Sinister?
That madman is one of the most brilliant engineers in history.
Over these primes?
Building
it. Technology in these cases is light years ahead of ours today.
They look epic, but I don't know.
No, but I won't let him make me any more of a monster than he already has.
Easy, boy.
I have nothing.
Same, sugar.
Is anybody else gonna save him? There she goes, Breaking Bad. I mean, I don't blame her, but that ain't like X-Men procedure. Jesus. Savage, that's a great shot, too.
Thousands of people on Genosha. That rotten piece of scum put a good man, my man.
Terminate.
Damn, she just caught a right hook. I don't know who that was. Or I guess it's one of these primes, maybe, that was already activated. Or the dude that killed Gydrick. Oh, he's one. Oh, he's one of them.
What in the name of all heaven?
Trask has mutated into some sort of
human sentinel. Okay.
Yeah, Prime.
Prime Sentinel Protocol activated. Terminate mutant.
Oh my goodness. So they look more like zombies, but if I remember, they were more like the other things like the machines we saw. They were more like buff and all that. At least from what I've seen from like the comic book pictures. I just saw Stark. So we got Avengers. Obviously we got Captain America, but
I can still sense Trask's mind inside.
He put Rogue down with one hit. We can't pull our punches. X-Men, take him down.
Oh, nice, Quicksilver. Nice. Where the hell did he come from? I guess that's Morph, but still. The Morph is so good. He does it so seamlessly. You can barely tell when he does it. Come on, get him, Bright Eyes.
Remember what my inferior form asked you in the Sahara. Tell me, orphan.
Damn.
Does it feel to be abandoned by the future?
Sheesh. Calling him an orphan, that's crazy. I mean, it's true, but harsh. Oh! Let's go! Perfect time. How'd he get?
electromagnetic cluster grenades are the quickest way to take these suckers down.
Cable?
Boys,
what the hell are you doing here?
It can't be.
Get out of my brain. You're not her.
Nathan.
Let's skip the reunion, Dad. Sinister's working for someone else, someone worse.
Valuable tactical data from my real masterpiece.
The X-Men will learn from this too, you blithering fool. You should have waited until rollout and overwhelmed them.
I feel like this dude could wreck his shit. Why is he talking like that?
You and the villains of old have been failing since '92 to squash these pests. What you would do is my roadmap.
Is that's Bastion? Bastion, right?
My techs repaired a damaged alien satellite the X-Men used to chat with their allies, the Shi'ar.
He got eyes
and
on
our
this?
empire shall welcome a new emperor, Professor Charles.
Her sister? Did she feed? Are they working together?
A merry band of muties have been selling the world a very big lie. And so have I.
Goodness. What the hell was going on? We don't get no. Well, I guess last episode was a breather, but back to holding our breaths and getting wrecked. Magne's still alive. That's why Xavier didn't see him.
Smooth as butter. So long as you stay still. So long as you don't resist. Simply listen and obey. See, you were born for this.
He looked tight, but the fact that he's got Magneto at his will like this, oh my goodness. I know of him. I've seen him from research and all that, but I don't know how powerful he is. But the people he's talking to and the way he's talking to them, he's about that action. And I didn't even need to see. He's running Sinister, and we just heard that from Trask essentially, and he's got Magneto tied up and giving him haircuts and talking all calm. He's a psychopath, but another great episode. And it was a more tame, more chill episode. We got a lot of dialogue in this one. But this for me is a 10 out of 10 because of what we got from it and what it leads to. Like, it's not the most hype episode, but it kept me thoroughly engaged like all of them. But I really enjoyed this one. Let's go back to this, and we're gonna scroll this timeline. Come on, man. Why does Disney be playing with this rewind tool sometime? But let's cycle through this a little bit. And so obviously Gambit gone. Officially had his funeral. Everybody's there. We saw some faces. Rogue wasn't there. We found out why throughout the episode. She was just dealing with things in her own way and trying to take care of business. But interesting to see like his old crew there. So Bella, I think, was it girlfriend or ex-wife? I'm not sure. You guys will have to clarify on that. And then his brother, and then Pierre. I remember seeing them from the OG cartoon a little bit. I don't know how often we saw them. It was probably the earlier episodes or sometime when we got a flashback for Gambit. I don't remember, but I remember seeing them. And whenever I did see them, I guess it's always enjoyable when you get like those one-off characters and they're new and they get a little backstory. So they stick out in your mind, and there's some of those characters for me. I don't know exactly why, but that was cool to see them. What else did we have? The credits were, or the intro was essentially the same. Right off the bat, we saw Nightcrawler giving the speech at the funeral. So that makes sense, and that was good to see. But yeah, like I was saying, the intro didn't change too much. Sorry, I'm scrolling through to make sure slowly that I don't miss anything from the beginning. Rogue, the animation style in that, it seemed to switch up a little bit. Especially when like the explosions were going off and all that, but I enjoyed it. Even the moment where she did like the striking kick, that reminded me of like a video game mode, and I enjoyed seeing that. It was just cool to see. Obviously you had Thaddeus Ross come into play, and I was joking. I wasn't really expecting to see what we did later in the episode, but he mentioned Hulk. We saw Cap. But it's cool to get those tie-ins, because now we've got Avengers that could possibly come into play. Maybe not in this, maybe in the finale or something. Whatever shows it's ugly, and they might need them for Bastion. I don't know, or Bastion or Bastion. You guys will have to clear me up on that. But Thaddeus is a good sign, and I like the crossover. We even later in the episode, I saw the Stark building. I don't know if all you guys caught it, but it right in the background is like bright blue. Everything else was pink, so it was kind of easy to see. But talk about the obvious details I missed, and then I see something so random like that. But those little tie-ins are cool. Even though we're watching X-Men, we know they exist in a world with all these other possibilities for us to see, and people that could just help them out in general. The dialogue between Scott and the president was cool. Sad to see. I know it's not gonna have any real backlash as far as Beast and Tilby's conversation goes. Ooh, and I don't. Is that Archangel? I'm looking at the clip. What? This is 8:25 in the episode, and it's the nurse Emily, I think Beast called her. And then this dude with the big head with the like bracelet around his head. I don't know who that is. And then like some lizard dude that looks like the one of the henchmen from Thundercats with a horned helmet. And then this dude floating. I don't think that's Archangel. But he's got wings and like beast feet. I don't know, but he looks cool. But yeah, Tilby and Beast having a little bit of a falling out. I don't think that's something that will get fixed, even maybe not even in the long term, because he kind of has an idea of where she stands. That was kind of messed up to say, and I don't think he's gonna forgive that. He's always been an upstanding guy, nice guy, smart guy, but something like that was kind of hateful. I know maybe she didn't mean it, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to move past that, and they'll be able to have a friendship or relationship, whatever the case may be. So awesome seeing Cap in his OG uniform. I have the mask. I wish I would have known. Maybe next episode I'll wear it. I think it's somewhere around here, but I'll have to dig it up. But the throwback boots, the gloves, the suit itself, he looks great. Body shape, the character design, and then he came in the first time we saw him with like the sun rays beaming from behind him. Just an awesome image, and it was awesome to see him. You saw his motorcycle first, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then you saw the shield come in and hit the snow in front of Rogue. Well done on his introduction. As far as like side characters or crossover characters, I wonder who else we'll get and how they'll introduce them, or if this will be like the creme de la creme of the epic intro. So I really enjoyed the way they brought him into the fold, and kind of hinting at it with Ross and the government ties and OZT and all that. So that was awesome to see. I can't wait to, hopefully he just doesn't like fall into the background. I imagine he said he wasn't gonna go with Rogue, and he's kind of got his hands tied because things aren't exactly great. I'm sure someone probably got this on footage of her dropping him, and then if they're like go rogue, or people consider them rogue, if Captain America goes to help, it's like a lose-lose for him, a traitor or whatever the case may be. So however that storyline plays out, I'm looking forward to. Sunspot finally got a little bit of tying into his home dwelling. Obviously we knew he had money. We see his mom knew that he had these powers, didn't say anything for her obvious reasons. She didn't want to bring it up because she didn't necessarily want him to come out as a mutant, because it would hurt them and their business, their brand. So that sucks. I don't know how they're going to move forward with that. If Sunspot already didn't want to use his powers, and he's been kind of on like a roller coaster, because he was like, oh, they know I'm safe, I can use my powers, I can be true to myself. And then she's like, no, you gotta hide it. So how he's gonna react to that, I don't know. And then we got Guydrick, the confrontation with, I don't know what's up with all the bugs and stuff. You guys will have to fill me in. I don't remember what he's into. Obviously it's got something to do with his smarts, his experiments, but you guys let me know. Some more great dialogue between Cyclops and Scott and Jean. Obviously some accountability on both ends, and acknowledging that I understand why you feel the way you feel, and just good camaraderie in those scenes, and a step in the right direction of them healing. I don't know if it'll lead towards them getting together or separating, but we'll see exactly what that brings. And I enjoyed that. Emma Frost, that was cool to see. So she was one of the lone survivors. She comes back and she crystallized. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the first time that's happened. Like, I don't remember in the OG series that happening with her. But from this point on, since they saved her, and she's, I would assume, alone, doesn't have anybody else to be with. Will she join the team? I guess something just to look out for and wait to see what happens. Morph, I just saw a screenshot of Morph. I know it didn't happen in the section I'm really looking at, but every episode we see him, he seems to morph into somebody else, which is awesome, and it's so seamless. Like, he turned into Quicksilver. I'm pretty sure that was Quicksilver. I'm almost positive. I don't know anybody else who has like that ability and is that close to the team, but correct me if I'm wrong. Guydrick waking up from his slumber that Rogue put him in, and then going right back to sleep permanently from this Bastion dude. So I don't know how. Obviously not Sinister. He's the real deal, Bastion, and he's got primes. Now I don't know all these things we saw in the glass cases, the like buff looking ones. Maybe that's just the next version, the next model. Maybe Trask was just a test, but I'm pretty sure Bastion is a mix of Master Mold and Nimrod. And so I don't know exactly how they turned Trask and just test. They were testing on him, and then the perfected model is the ones that were in the glass cases, because those look closer to what I saw in like comic book pictures. So I'll just have to wait and see what they actually do with that. Rogue, well, in the first place, I know this kind of predated all that, but dropping him from the building and being savage mode, I kind of figured that's how she started off, attacking the base, but just dropping him, having the conversation with him, and like, no, you're not worth it. You did all this, and you deserve to take this exit. Obviously, that's not the X-Men way, but I completely get it. They're better off without him, but obviously he turned into what he turned into. I don't think that activated. It was going to happen regardless, but well, because I think Trask really wanted to take himself out. I don't know if he didn't know that he was going to turn into that. And just when he actually hit the ground, that took over, came back alive, and he became that. So it is kind of like a zombie-ish type thing. But I don't know. That's interesting. Quicksilver, that was really cool to see him. I don't know why. He's not like the most powerful, the most epic. In the movies, he's like the most epic with that damn slow motion. But I just love seeing speed powers. Him, the Flash, Zoom, people like that. It's awesome. I know that's DC, so a little bit of crossover, but you know what I mean. And then Cable coming back into play. That voice actor, his character design is so on point. It's so epic. I love every part about it. And seeing him stand next to the Cyclops is crazy because he's like towering over him. I'm pretty sure he's like way more powerful, especially now, than Cyclops is. I don't know. Maybe they'll make like a super death battle on that YouTube channel. I forget what it's called, if they didn't already. But I wonder what they are as far as a match. I think Cable will wipe the floor with them, but I'm not sure. I won't commit to that. But seeing him face to face with his dad, and what you want to call it, Jean, his stepmom, second mom, I don't know. But a little awkward for her, but him, he doesn't seem to love Scott. And I'm not sure if that's because he let him go through the portal with Bishop, if it's that, or maybe his Cyclops, his dad is an asshole in all these other worlds, all these other time frames. I don't know if he had the chance to grow up with his dad in these other time frames, or if he just hasn't had any experience with him at all. Obviously, he knows of him, but I don't know what that relationship is like and why. Exactly. Obviously, you have a feeling it's because the separation at birth. He holds some type of resentment. I feel like that's an obvious answer, but I'm not sure if there's more to it than that. So, obviously interesting. The dialogue between Sinister and Bastion was cool. To see like the relationship between them, and great job by the show building up Sinister. We kept seeing him in like episode here, and he's showing up at the end, so you're like, oh, he's the big bad baddie coming to wreck the day. And then it leads up to, no, he's a baddie, but there's a badder baddie than him, and we get in this episode. I don't think there'll be another one after him. I wouldn't imagine. They'll save those for future seasons, but the writing is on point. And I was saying, going back to the writing in this episode, when Jean and Cyclops were looking for bodies and having their discussion, I really enjoy that they are making them sit in these emotions and react as people. And you have to see them kind of just deal with it, because there's no quick fix button. Obviously, Cable might become that in future episodes or by season end, but right now they're dealing with it. Things are what they are. Professor X didn't come to this. They don't know about Professor X, I don't think, yet. but I enjoy that about the writing, and it adds some type of stakes. Even if we think that they will solve all this in these later episodes, the fact that it's not now, they have to deal with it, and we're watching that play out, and I enjoy that. And then at the end, great ending again. Bastion, we see Magneto is still alive, so is why Charles didn't see or view Magneto first, like, because I would imagine they have the strongest connection, so he would be like the first one he would see if he died. But he didn't see him. He saw Gambit, which is out of the people who died, was the next closest, I'd imagine. So that's very interesting, and he's just got him tied up in this chair. So does his power just dwarf Magneto's like that? Is Magneto weakened in a weakened state just because he took that damage and he output so much power, so he's just recovering, healing? I don't know. But great way to end this episode. Great way to lead into the next one. Fire. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because, like I said, it just gave us a lot that I enjoyed and look forward to. So, like I said, the show has to be a 10, I think. A 9.8, something like that. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys' rating is. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed and liking the videos. I appreciate you guys watching and taking the time, especially if you're watching to the end here. And if you did, say Cyclops is greater than Cable. Just comment that, and I'll know you watched to the end. Not necessarily believing that's not my stance. Don't take it out on me, but just write that if you made it to this point in the video. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video. I'll catch you in the next one next week, episode 8. We only got a few more episodes left. It's coming so quick. Hopefully this episode 2 comes out quickly and we don't have to wait long for it, but we're nearing the end here, the end of this journey. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next week for Greatness 97, episode 8. Deuces. Stay chill.